Good morning, second graders. And today, like I promised, since it is a fun kind of short day, Connor, my son, and I are going to teach you how to make 3 or 4, depending on if you have it, ingredient cookies. This is his recipe that he found. And so, this is something fun that you can do during the long weekend with your family if you have these things at your house. All right, Connor, what do we need first? Okay, what is that?
Butter.
1 stick of butter. Go ahead and put it in there. All right. Okay. Perfect. What's next?
Sugar.
How much sugar?
A lot.
How much are they need? So I can make.
1/3 cup of sugar.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yep. 1/3 cup of sugar. What's the next thing on the recipe say? Oh. So you put the stick of butter and the 1/3 cup of sugar. Not 1 1/3. 1/3. Then you'll need a fork or something to smush those two things together because it says cream them together. So you're going to mix the butter with the sugar. So we're just mushing it up. Okay, what do we need next?
Vanilla.
Okay, does it say how much? What's the recipe say?
Nope.
What does it say?
Doesn't say. Dash vanilla.
A dash of vanilla.
That's
So
not a real.
the video we saw, a dash looks about like, nope. One, what is it? 1
TVS. TSP.
teaspoon. 1 teaspoon is about a dash of vanilla. So you want to go ahead and get the vanilla. And you want to make sure your butter's soft. I don't know that ours is quite soft enough because it's not smooshing in as good as I would like it to, but we'll make it work.
It's not.
So what I'm going to do, and you can do this too if your butter's not soft enough, is put it in a microwave-safe bowl and just microwave it really quickly, like 5 seconds, not very long, because you don't want it to melt. You just want it to be soft. And when I'm doing that, I'll let Connor put in the dash vanilla with the sugar. So hold the spoon over the measuring cup so it doesn't get too much, because then if you accidentally over pour, it'll spill too much in here.
Don't hit me. Don't dap me. That's good.
All right, I changed my mind. I'm going to do 10 seconds.
Dun, dun, dun.
5 just didn't seem long enough. And it's not.
You don't want it melted.
It's not melted. It's just softer, so we can mix it a little bit easier. Go ahead and scrape that. Scrape it. Scrape it. Okay, that's smushing together with the sugar much better. Make sure you get all of it. The next ingredient, so we've done 1 stick of butter, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and now we're going to do just 1 cup of flour. And while this is getting all mixed together, we've got the oven. We're supposed to have the oven preheating to 325.
325. That's good, right?
That looks good. All right, so we're going to get the flour in there.
Okay, go.
Okay.
It's not working. It's not going.
And I think. And optional, if you have sprinkles at your house, you can put some sprinkles on top.
Tastes good with the sprinkles.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good?
That looks pretty good. So I'm going to just smush it a little bit more. Oops. Now this might seem weird, but it helps get the dough because the fork kind of makes it so it's kind of crumbly like that. But if you take your hand and kind of stick it in there, just like you're working with bread dough, you kind of smush it together. Some of you might have done bread dough before. But I'm going to use my hand to mix it together. And I washed my hands first, so I'm not just sticking my gross hand in here.
I have sprinkles in.
So now when I did it that way, see how it kind of made it more solid and into a lump? Mm-hmm. We're going to put the sprinkles on when we put them on the pan. In now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Connor wants to put just a few sprinkles in the dough so they'll bake right into it. It's always fun to try new things. You want to do red and green or just red?
Christmas color.
We have Christmas. Even though it's Thanksgiving, we're going to make these Christmassy looking cookies.
So it's basically like the cake that I had and the cupcakes, you know?
Like the rainbow cake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're going to smush those in there. Once we put them in the oven, we're going to have to make another short little video or take a picture so you can see what the final product looks like. So
a baking sheet.
I have in my drawer an ice cream scoop. You're going to use a cup to smush them. So it says to form little balls. So this just kind of helps me form perfect little balls. You can do it with your hand though. I'm just going to put it right on here.
Oh no.
Did they use parchment in the video?
Uh-huh.
This is optional too. So if you have parchment paper, which is for baking, you can use it because it can go in the oven.
Use baking paper.
That's parchment paper.
That's what he said.
Yep. Okay.
Stop sniffing me, Mom.
So that way it doesn't stick to the pan. So I'm going to put the little dough balls on here, and Connor's going to use a cup to smush them down. It's all right. Milo, go lay down.
Like this?
Go lay down. Just use however you did it in the video. I'm not sure. We watched a video on TikTok on how to do this.
Mom, it's not coming off.
Use your hand.
Well, it's going to mess it all up.
Oh, all right. So.
I suck.
Don't use that.
It doesn't work one bit.
So we're going to smush it with our hand then to make them flat. So you can press it down with your hand if you want. Or you could put butter on the bottom of the cup and that will help it so it doesn't stick. It's all right.
Next time.
So we're just going to smush it with our hand to make them flat.
That works better, I think. And then when you're done doing that, if you haven't already added sprinkles, you can add some.
Our oven's at 256. It is almost hot enough to pop the cookies in. So we switched just using our hands to make little balls of dough and then smushing them into round circles on our parchment paper. So remember, I said if you try this at home over the weekend, to take some pictures and send them to Mrs. Colda because I want to see how your cookies turn out.
Can't they show you on the Google Meet?
No, that won't be till next Tuesday. And they'll hopefully have eaten them all by then.
They taste like sugar.
Like sugar cookies.
They are sugar cookies.
Mm-hmm. Or if you ever had shortbread.
I had too much.
They're a little bit like that too. Here, I'll take that. I needed a little bit more, so that's perfect. All right. So it doesn't make a ton. So if you're at home with just a few people, this made, how many cookies did we just
1,
make?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11.
11 cookies.
That's a good amount.
Ooh, and perfect timing. So we have 11 cookies. Connor's going to pop them in the oven for me. He's going to be careful. He's going to put an oven mitt on so he doesn't accidentally burn himself. Got it? Yep. All right. And it says bake at 325 for 15 minutes.
Not 325, 325.
325. I always go a little bit less. So I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes just because some ovens cook faster than other ovens. And so I just want to make sure that they don't burn. So make sure maybe starting at 10 on your oven, start checking them to see if they've turned like crunchy looking. You'll be able to tell. If not, bake them all the way to 15 minutes. All right.
You said 15.
15, not 50 minutes. Don't do that. You'll have burnt cookies.
It has to be on fire.
All right. Sugar, flour,
I forgot the
butter.
sprinkles.
That's all right. And we've mixed our sprinkles into the dough.
It doesn't taste as good.
Or you can put them on top. Whatever you want to do. They're kind of just have fun and make some simple cookies. Send me your pictures, guys, and I'll show you in just a few minutes. I'll take them out and take a picture and show you what the final product should look like. Happy Thanksgiving.